The Bride of the River God, amazing African tale. Long ago, in a village nestled by the banks of the great river Omi, life was governed by the ebb and flow of its waters. The villagers worshipped the river as a deity, for it brought them fish to eat, water to drink, and fertile soil to grow their crops. The river was their lifeline, but it was also a force to be feared. Legends whispered of the river god, a being of immense power who ruled the waters and the creatures within. His name was murmured in awe, Olokun, the keeper of depths. It was said that he appeared to mortals only in times of great need or turmoil, and always with a price. The chosen bride. Among the villagers was a young woman named Adesua, renowned for her beauty and kindness. Her laughter was said to be as melodious as the river's song, and her spirit as vibrant as the sun that danced upon its surface. She lived a simple life, caring for her family and dreaming of the future. One year, the rains failed to come. The once mighty Omi began to shrink, its banks cracking under the sun's relentless heat. The crops withered, the fish vanished, and the villagers grew desperate. They gathered at the river's edge, their cries for mercy rising to the heavens. On the seventh night of their prayers, the waters began to churn, and from the depths, Olokun. His form was otherworldly tall and majestic, with skin that shimmered like water under moonlight. His voice boomed like thunder, shaking the very earth beneath their feet. "I have heard your cries," he said. "I shall restore the river, but only if a bride is given to me. One who is pure of heart and unshaken in her faith." A heavy silence fell over the villagers. Who among them would dare to wed a god? It was then that Adesua stepped forward. "I will go," she said, her voice steady despite the fear in her heart. "If it will save my people, I will be the river god's bride." The journey beneath. The next morning, dressed in a gown woven from reeds and adorned with river pearls, Adesua stood at the water's edge. The village elders performed the sacred rites, and with a final prayer, she stepped into the river. The waters rose to meet her, swirling around her ankles, then her waist, and finally over her head. She felt herself being pulled downward, the world above fading into silence. When she opened her eyes, she found herself in a breathtaking palace beneath the river. Its walls shimmered with iridescent shells, and schools of fish darted through the air as if it were water. Olokun awaited her, his gaze both kind and inscrutable. "You are brave, Adesua," he said. "Few mortals would choose to make such a sacrifice." "I did what was needed," she replied, her voice firm. Over time, Adesua came to know the river god as more than a fearsome deity. He was wise and protective, his power vast but tempered with a deep sense of justice. In his realm, she found a strange and unexpected peace. The test of devotion. One day, Olokun presented Adesua with a challenge. "If you wish to return to your people, you must prove your devotion to the river and its creatures," he said. He led her to a pool within the palace, its surface reflecting the stars. "You must catch the moonfish," he said. "But beware, it is the wisest and swiftest of all my creations. It will not be caught easily." Adisua nodded and began her task. For days she tried, her hands darting through the water in pursuit of the elusive fish. Each time it slipped away, its laughter like the tinkling of bells. Exhausted but determined, she paused to think. She realized that brute force would not succeed where understanding might. She sang to the moonfish, a lullaby her mother had taught her, and the fish, enchanted by her song, swam willingly into her hands. Olokun smiled. "You have shown wisdom and patience. You are truly worthy,"